Hi everyone, welcome back for another Project Life video. This is from the week of the 10th until the 16th of August. So this week I'm using the Plan On It collection from Echo Park. Sorry, the camera goes a little bit wobbly a couple of times where I knock it by a mistake, so sorry about that. So yeah, I'm using the Plan On It collection from Echo Park for several different reasons that just sort of tied in nicely. So first of all, I'm using that cutout as a title page. I really like the bright colours on it. It's sort of nice and summery, so even though it's not a summer collection, it still feels bright and summery. So this first photo, the reason I chose this collection is because I'm a big planner. I love planning stuff, and this week I decided that for my 40th birthday in 5 years' time, I'd like to go on a safari. So I started a kind of a totalizer thing of an amount I'd like to be able to save within those 5 years to be able to go on safari. So it's a long time. Even if I just put sort of £20 a week in, hopefully eventually it will sort of build up nicely. I don't know if I'll be able to go on a safari for my 40th birthday, but it's nice to sort of have a plan and get that started in motion. And that's sort of where that cutter part that says start today came in that I've made a start. I've only got £100 in that fund, but we've started. And then I was also doing some planning for some 2027 trips. So initially next year, my partner and I were going to look at buying a house together. We've decided to potentially delay it, or probably delay it for a year, just so we can get a bit more savings. So I started to think about maybe some potential trips that might happen. I mean, obviously that may be counterproductive to then spend money on trips rather than house savings, but hopefully we'll be able to juggle things and save for both. So the first thing I'm writing down is Greece. I try to go to Greece each year. I absolutely love it, and I've just made some sort of notes of some islands that I'd like to go to. And then at the moment, I've potentially got a trip to Canada booked. It's not set in stone, but hopefully it will go ahead. And then I'm also really intrigued by Slovenia. That would probably just be a little couple of days trip, and also the Highlands of Scotland. So hopefully won't be going too overboard next year, but it would be nice if sort of some of these could happen, and obviously even better if all of them did. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It'll be nice to sort of flip through back through this album next year to see if any of them did actually come to fruition. And then I'm just putting that bright ideas ahead cutter part in, because that seems to sort of fit well with the with all the planning. Then this photo here is a picture of the solar eclipse that happened in England. Actually, I think it happened sort of a few places over the world, but we didn't have any sunglasses, so we made a eclipse viewfinder using a baking tray, and I like that you can really see sort of like the crescent of where the moon was covering the sun. So yeah, this is going to be the final solar eclipse until like 2080, I think. So I will be either I will be 90 in that time, so I probably won't be around to see it. Then that photo there, we found a new pub quiz. It was a speed quizzing, so you do it on a tablet, but unfortunately we didn't really like it, so I don't think we'll be going back, but it was nice to sort of give it a go. And then that picture there is really boring, but I had a dentist checkup. For years I avoided the dentist because as a child I had so many teeth pulled out because they just would not fall out, so I kind of have a bit of trauma with the dentist, but I am trying to get better at doing sort of regular checkups, so that was sort of one to prove that I've stuck to my goal there. And then on to the second half of the week. So this is where the Plan On It collection range works as well, because I think it is nice to sort of plan for things, but then it's also nice to document when those plans come together and actually happen. So for years I've been planning a trip to Paris, and it finally happened. So that's just a picture of us getting ready to go on the Eurostar, and that top picture in the right hand corner is a view from our hotel. So just didn't even realise that it had a view of the Eiffel Tower. I mean, it was right in the distance. That picture's really zoomed in, but yeah, it was just cool to say that we had a view of the Eiffel Tower from our room. And then on the Saturday, we took a day trip to the Palace of Versailles, which was amazing. It was so hot though, it was like 38 degrees. And inside the palace was just, it was so crowded and busy, and it was so hot that I don't feel like I appreciated it as much as I should have done. But yeah, really enjoyed it, and the gardens were amazing. And then the last two photos are just some sort of snapshots of the rest of the trip. So we sort of, we had to go to the Eiffel Tower, so we did that. So that's just me and my partner outside the Eiffel Tower. And then, yeah, I'm just using some washi tape to sort of jazz things up a little bit. But yeah, it went a little bit wonky and I ended up ripping the photo a little bit. So yeah, just had to fix that. And then the last picture is a picture of Notre Dame. So yeah, we managed to squeeze a lot in. On the Saturday, we walked something like 30,000 steps, and that was including using a lot of the metro. So yeah, we certainly covered a lot of ground. So yeah, that is it for this week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.